Okay. So I got a DM the other day. Somebody actually, he didn't ask me to make a video specific, but I pointed out he gave me some, he told me his situation, and I decided I really wanted to share this because I feel like a lot more people are going through this, including myself, who was suffering this for a little while. So, please everyone, sit down, because if this is the thing making you relapse, this is going to stop you from this is going to stop you from having good streaks on NoFap, okay? This is what I want you to do, okay? Understand this. Here's how I want you to do this. This guy DM'd me yesterday, actually, and we were talking, and one of my OG subscribers, man, you know, he just hits me in the DM all of a sudden, and he says, "Hey, look, man, I relapsed the other day, day 22, and I feel like complete shit." And I was just like, I thought, you know, maybe it's a relapse pattern. He hasn't really got past his day or something like that. And I was like, is this normally where you find yourself relapsing? He's like, no, it wasn't even that. I was just really stressed out, and I just decided it was a good idea to go fucking please myself, basically, right? He said that. And it brought up something. Now, I was talking to him, and I'll tell y'all kind of what I told him, but it brought up a good point. A lot of y'all, you know, there's a common concept that masturbation is self-relief, right? And in a way it is. And what you know, you get real stressed out, you get real emotional, life is hard, and people just say, man, just go bust a nut. Have you ever heard that? Like, be honest, you know what I'm saying? Fucking like this video if you did, because like, just comment. Actually, just comment if somebody's ever told you that. Like, just raise your hands, you know? I've had people tell me that, including my best friend. He's just like, man, sometimes you just need to bust a nut. You know? Like, one time I was just really angry one day, right? Like, I was pissed off. He's like, what's wrong, man? I was like, I was pissed off today, man. He's like, you know what you need? I was like, what? He's like, you need to bust a nut, man. How long has it been? And, you know, but he was, a lot of people use that shit. They say, oh, it's a stress reliever for me. Oh, man, it just makes me feel so great. Oh, dude, just once I do it. And what I realize is that everyone's, you know, all you're doing is kind of the same thing you're doing when you're getting high, you're getting drunk. You're just pleasing yourself with an orgasm to get away from the stress and to get away from the problems. Get away from the emotions. Get away from what's actually going on in your life. It's essentially running from your problems. And that's something you shouldn't be fucking doing. If you know me on this channel, you know I'm not with running from your problems. I'm about taking a bitch's head the fuck on. You know? Now, with that said, here's what I need y'all to understand. When you are in an emotional phase, or a stressed out phase, or a bum out, whatever, you're just in a low frequency. It can be very easy for you to want to tempt into porn. I think it's actually one of the most dangerous states to be in, especially early, because that's usually when it can hit you the hardest, when those urges. Because I can tell you, just the orgasm feels so fucking good. And it's like, how do you resist that? I mean, doesn't it, you know? Like, come on. It wants to be relieved. Your body knows that it can get the oxytocin, it can get the dopamine, it can get all these fucking highs at once. You know? Instead of having to be sad, instead of having to think about that girl who got cream pied by the side, instead of thinking about your best friend who stole $200 from you, instead of thinking about your car getting stolen, instead of thinking about you getting fired from your job, you went ahead and busted some nuts. So instead of planting your seed to the world, instead of facing the problems head on, instead of handling your shit, instead of bringing yourself up and say, you know what, I got this. And you were ready to take those problems on. You were ready to heal. Well, not heal, but you were ready to become whole again. You're ready to figure things out. You're ready to get back on business, right? Instead of taking time to yourself and really just reflecting and consulting. Instead of you reflected and you consulted. You consulted yourself by busting a nut, and then you reflected on how you fucked up after. You know, if you're on NoFap, because you know usually we reflect. We're like, fuck, we relapsed. It doesn't hit us till afterwards, but yeah, that's how it goes. You know, so this is the thing, guys. Don't let those emotions get you. This is what I want you to understand. Stop running from your problems using masturbation. Stop running from your problems trying to get a fucking orgasm. Stop trying to run from your problems by looking at porn. All you're doing is you're taking yourself away. We ain't about that run from your problems, your shit. We ain't about that here. If you looking for that, you need to go look somewhere else. We're not with that shit. Bro, we're not running from our fucking problems. We're not gonna be like that. There are plenty of other ways to face those fucking emotions. And you know what? Actually having that seed, actually conserving that seed would allow you to confront those problems better. Would allow you to be able to transmutate yourself into dealing with the problem, into figuring things out, into listening to yourself and consulting yourself and reflecting, right? Really taking time to yourself. And not the time that involves you busting a nut, the time that takes you to really just become whole, man. To deal with this situation. Because it's a rough time. And you're going through a rough patch, you know? Having that seed is probably going to help you out more. You release that seed, you're only going down more. But you keep pleasing yourself for temporary highs, and then somehow you wonder why you're getting lower and lower and lower. It's because you're never facing the actual fucking problem. All you're doing is you're using a little high just to get away from it. And like too many people are fucking doing that these days. You know how to get rid of depression? You just drink it the fuck away, right? I mean, I get you could use it as a joke, but like, no, seriously, too many people. Like, stop making your problems worse by using habits like that. Stop. Like, you're already in a rut. You're already in a rut. Why make it worse by giving up your seed to the world? Why relapse? Like, out of all the things you could possibly do to yourself right now, you know, out of all the things that have gone bad for you, why are you stacking on top of all of it a relapse? Out of all on top of it, all for a short-term high? For a short-term pleasure? Seriously? That's all it is to you. That's all it is. Ah, man. People. Stop running from your fucking problems using masturbation. Take that seed, face it head on, and stop letting stress get the best. Stop letting stress get you, guys. If this is the reason you're fucking relapsing, you need to understand. You need to find another way to deal with it, because this is no different than just drinking away depression. And if you're in emotional states like that, depression, anxiety, you want to bust nuts just to calm yourself, what the fuck is wrong with you? Take that seed and actually use the energy from that seed to handle your shit. That is my advice to you guys. If you're relapsing because of that, please just don't stack a relapse on top of everything that's already going wrong, okay? Talk to y'all next time.